We'll be starting with the inaugural ceremony in a short while. starting the ceremony in a short while. Suprabhadam, honorable dignitaries, members of the audience, ladies and gentlemen, friends and colleagues. It is indeed a great honor to greet you on the occasion of the 64th Foundation Day of the National Institute of Technology, Calicut. On behalf of the organizing committee of this Foundation Day, I humbly request our dignitaries to light the divine lamp and lead us in seeking the grace. I request the audience to rise for invocation. Audiences, may please get into the auditorium. There are few people standing at the door. I would request again, I request the dignitaries, our chief guest for the day, our guest of honor, Honorable Director Sir, Registrar Sir, and the general conveners of the Foundation Day ceremony to kindly ignite the divine lamp. The Nilavilakku, representing the graceful radiance of the divine, may now and forever shine in each one of us, and through this, may the blessings of the most powerful be instrumental in bringing peace to this world.
मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजैत्री मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजैत्री आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत त्यजत परेष्वक्रममात् क्रमणं मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजैत्री मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजैत्री.
May I now request the dignitaries to occupy the dais. As we gather to reflect, on our journey and envision the future, I request Professor Rajnikant GK, Chief Convener, Foundation Day Organizing Committee, and Chairperson C Prime to greet and welcome the dignitaries and the audiences.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, faculty, staff, and students, and media friends. Good morning and a heartful welcome to each and every one of you to the 64th Foundation Day of the National Institute of Technology, Calicut. It's a moment of pride and joy as we gather to celebrate our institute's rich legacy and remarkable journey we have undertaken together. This day is a testament to our commitment to excellence in education, innovation, and community service. On this auspicious day, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guest who graced the dais here. Sri Chanchalapati Dasa, our chief guest, is a beacon of inspiration as the vice chairperson and co-mentor of Global Hare Krishna movement and senior vice president of ISKCON Bangalore. His dedication to spiritual, cultural, and social development is evident through initiatives like the Akshaya Patra Foundation, which has transformed countless lives through its commitment to eradicating hunger. We are eager to hear his insights today, especially he delivers the Professor Keshava Rao Memorial Lecture honoring the visionary founder of our institute. Dr. Prasad Krishna, the director of NIT Calicut, whose leadership continues to steer our institution towards newer height in academic excellence and research innovation. His unwavering commitment to nurturing talent and fostering a vibrant academic environment is deeply appreciated. Sri Ravi Raghavan, our esteemed guest of honor and managing director of Bharat Fritz Werner Limited, an alumnus who has made significant strides in manufacturing sector. His journey from our classrooms to the boardroom is a source of inspiration to all our students, and we look forward to his insights on technology and lifelong learning. Professor Ravi Verma, Dean International Alumni and Corporate Relations, whose efforts in fostering connections between our alumni and current students enrich our community and enhance our global outreach. Dr. Commander Shamasundara, our registrar, whose truly commendable administrative prowess ensures that our institution runs smoothly and efficiently. We are also honored to have with us several eminent guests of the dais, including our own retired staff members whose contributions have laid the foundation for our current success. Our esteemed deans, head of the departments, and chairpersons of various centers whose leadership and dedication play a crucial role in shaping the academic landscape of our institute. Distinguished alumni and leaders of alumni associations who continue to inspire us with their achievements. And we have our own colleagues who have dedicated 25 years of their service to NIT Calicut, demonstrating unwavering loyalty and commitment to the institute. Our sponsors from SBI, Bank of Baroda, and Union Bank, whose support is vital for our growth and development. The wards of NIT staff who have excelled in their studies, representing the bright future of our community. Our media friends who play an essential role in sharing our stories and achievements with the world. And of course, our own dedicated faculty members, non-teaching staff, and enthusiastic students who are all heart and soul of NIT Calicut. As we celebrate this significant milestone, let us reflect on the values that have guided us, that is integrity, innovation, and inclusivity. Let us honor the past while looking forward to a future filled with promise and potential. Thank you for being here today to celebrate our shared journey. Together, let us continue to strive for excellence and make a positive impact on society. Once again, welcome to all to the 64th Foundation Day of NIT Calicut. May NITC continue to climb to greater heights. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request our Honorable Director, Professor Prasad Krishna, to present our token of greetings to the chief guest of the day, His Grace Sri Chanchalapati Dasa. So we'll now be welcoming our guest of honor, Sri Ravi Raghavan. Thank you, sir. This occasion marks the beginning of another year of continued efforts and sweet successes. The competent visionary leader does not just see the future, they inspire others to build it. It is with great anticipation that we welcome Professor Prasad Krishna, the Honorable Director of NIT Calicut, to deliver his annual address on this momentous occasion of the 64th Foundation Day. His reflections and insights will not only celebrate our achievements, but also chart a course of our future endeavors and continued success.
respected Chief Guest Sri Chanchalapati Dasa, Vice Chairman and Co-Mentor of the Global Hare Krishna Movement and Senior Vice President of ISKCON, Guest of Honor Sri Ravi Raghavan, Chief Executive Officer, Bharat Fritz Varna, our invited guests from the first batch of Calicut Regional Engineering College, retired faculty and staff of Calicut Regional Engineering College and NIT Calicut, distinguished alumni award winners, former president of NITCA, Institute award winners under different categories, esteemed members of the faculty and staff members, members of the media, Suswagatam and pranams to all. 64 years ago, this institution was born, a humble beginning in a few classrooms at the Government Polytechnic College in West Hill, when the esteemed Professor M.V. Keshava Rao assumed the role of founding principal and then Chief Minister of Kerala, Sri Pattam Thanu Pillai, laid the foundation stone on 1st September 1961. I wonder if they could have envisioned this institution as we see it today. Reflecting on NITC journey as one of the nation's premier institute, fill us with both humility and awe. As Sir Isaac Newton once said, if I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. On this historic 64th Foundation Day, I feel a profound sense of gratitude for the strong foundation laid by those who came before us. Every stakeholder of this institution has been able to dream, achieve, transform, and create because of the unwavering dedication of those who walked before us. Beyond recounting our achievements of the past year, therefore, I wish to express my deepest respect for the teachers, non-teaching staff, and alumni who have shaped NIT Calicut into what it is today. Let us all applaud the current generation of NIT Calicut students, faculty, and staff alike who will one day step out of this campus as true change makers. My hope for each and every member of this community is to embody the words of Jesus Christ, "You are the light of the world, you are the salt of the earth." This academic year, we have experienced moments of joy, sorrow, and triumph, forging enduring bonds through both prosperous times and adversity. In the previous academic year, NIT Calicut experienced significant growth in student enrollment across all academic levels. To accommodate this expansion and meet diverse educational needs, we established new departments, centers, and programs. The School of Biotechnology, Material Science, and Management Studies were renamed as Department of Bioscience and Engineering, Department of Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences, Department of Management Studies, and Department of Material Science and Engineering. We also established Department of Humanities, Arts and Social Science and Department of Education that offers the National Council for Teachers Education's pilot project, the 4-year integrated teacher education program, BSc B.Ed. Moreover, we recruited over 100 new faculty members and nearly 200 non-teaching staff, reinforcing NITC's position as the institution with the largest teaching and non-teaching staff among all NITs in the country. Our 17 multidisciplinary centers have done fantastic work in carrying forward the vision of Vikasit Bharat, as well as NIT Calicut's efforts to develop into an academic institution of truly global standards. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has designated the NIT Calicut as the first center of excellence in urban planning and design in the country. NIT's newly established Center of Excellence in Artificial Intelligence aims to develop scalable, AI solutions for sustainable cities, aligning with India's national AI mission. You may recall the vision of the government of India is AI for all. And today, our colleagues are presenting their project in front of an elite assessment body at IIT Delhi. And by the grace of God, we do believe that we will get this prestigious COE in artificial intelligence for sustainable cities. We are fighting this with the great giants like IIT Kanpur and other first generation IIT. By God's grace, we hope and pray that we will get this prestigious COA in artificial intelligence for sustainable cities. As the only NIT selected by the Ministry of Education, NITC is poised to make significant societal impact through AI-based innovation. In yet another ambitious initiative, NIT Calicut has launched a Center of Excellence in Logistics and Supply Chain Management to contribute to the realization of the objectives of the PM Gati Shakti scheme. NIT Calicut is rapidly transforming into a multidisciplinary research powerhouse. Our publications and patents are steadily increasing, reflecting a thriving research environment. The per capita rate publication in peer-reviewed journals was 2.3 in 2023. In the last academic year, we made notable strides in our research. NIT was selected for the Department of Telecommunication 100 5G Lab initiative, boosting student and startup capabilities. 3 Blue Economy projects chosen by Niti Aayog for the India-France bilateral dialogue. And I would like to emphasize here that we were the only NIT involved in this significant milestone. As you know, the theme for this year's Foundation Day is Sustainability and Technology. The theme has been specifically chosen to reflect NITC's commitment to the cause of ecological sustenance and viability. This is also on the wings of NIT Calicut, having secured the Department of Science and Technology Shri funding for bio-based materials for sustainable construction, a project that involved 4 departments: computer science, civil engineering, architecture and planning, and the Department of Management Studies. NIT Calicut has been selected for the Chip to Startup program of the Ministry MIT and the capacity building program of drones technology. Electronics and communication, electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering faculty members work on these projects. In addition, 9 departments have secured funding to establish advanced research facilities, further bolstering our infrastructure. To bolster our capabilities to international standards, we are in the process of building a central research facility equipped with cutting-edge technology for diverse research needs. This facility will be accessible both internally and to external members in academia, startups, and industries. On the infrastructure front, we have invested in several ambitious infrastructural projects over the last 2 years. In order to achieve the objectives envisaged in the Vikasit Bharat 2047, it is estimated that more than 3,500 crores needs to be invested by the year 2037, and the Institute has already committed 550 crores. Construction projects totaling 225 crores are underway, including a new academic block, 33 kV substation, ladies hostel. Yesterday, we inaugurated the 33 kV substation in the campus, which was commissioned by the Kerala State Electricity Board. We also laid foundation stone for the 760 capacity ladies hostel. The subway connecting campuses is progressing steadily. Upcoming projects worth 289 crores include integrated sports center, central research facility, and new hostel. With rupees 493 crores approved under the Higher Education Finance Agency, the team is committed to realizing the Institute's vision. A further 36 crore was invested in major procurement that included GEM contract, laptop, replacing the obsolete equipments. Among the many feathers on our cap last year, one very bright feather was the launch of Nivahiga, the Institute Activity Reporting Portal. This innovative solution, created in collaboration with CITVA, Computer Science, CNC, and with contributions from students, faculty, and staff, were launched on July 30, 2024. This innovative portal stands as a testament to NIT Calicut's commitment to embracing technology for improved governance and operational efficiency. As Nivahiga becomes fully functional, it is poised to become a model for data management across the educational sector. Our students and faculty have toiled energetically, bringing in laurels to the Institute. Among our internal accolades, notably, is the prestigious Royal Fellowship of Chemistry bestowed to Dr. Parameshwaran of the Department of Chemistry, the HUDCO National Design Awards 2023-24 for the revitalization of Thali Heritage Project to Professor Kasturba of the Department of Architecture and Planning, and many international fellowships and collaborations, including the RSC Researcher Collaboration Grant by the Royal Society of Chemistry, prestigious INSA Visiting Scientist Award to Indumati Sadishwaran, Commonwealth Split Site PhD Fellowship 2023 for our PhD scholar Fatima Zeba, among many others. Among our most recent alumni, Febin Jose Thomas, Shilja Jose, and Amrita Satipan, all of 2019 batch, cleared the UPSC Civil Services Exam 2023, and Dr. Asha Joseph achieved the great feat of Mount Everest. Our distinguished alumni awards and our alumni guest of honor need entire pages dedicated to their achievements they have to their names. As the director of this great institute, I am proud of all your achievements, students, faculty, staff, alumni alike, as if it is my own. But I have a word of caution to all of us. Let us not be blinded by our achievements and our advancement. Vidya dadadi vinayam. Education should humble us to the fact that there is yet much more to be done. There are more mountains to climb and more roads to be traveled. Let us all travel together, for as one we are at our strongest. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. The National Institute of Technology, Calicut, has evolved as a brand known for its commitment to quality education, futuristic research, and dynamic social outreach. Our students, faculty members, and the entire NITC community has strived along in harmony towards transforming this institution from its humble beginnings to a ginormous and thriving community. NIT Calicut is an emotion that bloomed from the recesses of the REC days, through the corridors of old classroom to the new state-of-the-art lecture theatres and sophisticated laboratories. From simple tea shop conversations to boardroom webinars, from open verandas of the hostels to multi-story mega hostel blocks with lift and Wi-Fi, and the story continues. In its robust history of 64 years, NIT Calicut has flourished and grown from a small team of less than 100 in 1962 to an infrastructure of over 10,000 in 2024. On this 64th Foundation Day of this proud institute, we uphold our legacy, sustain our present, and preserve our future. The theme of our 64th Foundation Day asserts our commitment to the sustainability with technology. In its journey over 64 years, NIT Calicut has been guided by great visionaries and humanitarians. We commemorate their contributions and their able leadership. At this juncture, we attempt to honor the founding principal of Regional Engineering College, Calicut, Dr. M.V. Keshavarao, who spearheaded this institution through 1961 to 1968. Dr. M.V. Keshavarao was a distinguished academic leader in the field of electrical engineering. born in Mysore province. His academic journey began with a BSc from Mysore University, followed by advanced studies at the Indian Institute of Sciences in Bangalore, where he earned both the DIISC and an AIISC. Dr. Rao's pioneering spirit led him to achieve the first doctorate degree awarded by Travancore University while serving as a professor of electrical engineering. His doctoral thesis focused on electrical power transmission and distribution, reflecting his deep expertise in the contributions to the field. In 1957, Dr. Rao was appointed principal of Travancore Engineering College after his tenure as a professor. His leadership in education administration continued and he became the Director of Technical Education in Kerala at Kerala University in 1959. In 1961, he took the role of the first principal of Regional Engineering College, REC, now known as NIT Calicut. His legacy is remembered for his contributions to engineering education and his compassionate nature. And it is in his honor that the Institute is hosting the M.V. Keshava Rao Foundation Day Memorial Lecture. This year, it is our greatest pleasure that to deliver the M.V. Keshava Rao Memorial Foundation Day Lecture, we are joined by His Grace, Sri Chanchalapati Dasa, Vice Chairman and Co-Mentor, Global Hare Krishna Movement, President, Vrindavan Charnodaya Mandir, Senior Vice President of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and Vice Chairman of the Akshay Patra Foundation, and above all, a true philanthropist at heart. We request Prabhuji to grace the occasion with his profound wisdom.
Hare Krishna and Namaste to everybody. Very happy to be amidst very distinguished professors, the director of the Institute, distinguished alumni of the Institute, and previous faculty members and students here. Also very happy to hear about the founding principle of the Institute and in memory of whom we are having this lecture. As a young student in college, I was very fascinated by science, and I continue to be fascinated by science. At a certain point in my life, I became introduced to Indian spirituality, and I pursued that while I was still in the college. And at a certain point of time, I was so fascinated by the concepts, by the promise, by the understanding of Indian spirituality that at some point of time, I plunged into it as a full-time activity. When I look back, I sometimes wonder, I had never expected that I would be in an attire like this, because I was so passionate about science and research, and I wanted to be something else, but destiny brought me to this field. So I want to share with all of you some of the exciting things that I discovered as a student of science and that transformed me to become a student of spirituality. Nearly 60 or 70 years ago, Albert Einstein made a statement. He said, I'm not really interested about this phenomena or that phenomena, this equation or this spectrum of a certain element. These are all details. I want to understand how God created this universe. I must be 90% accurate in my recollection of this quote. About 7 decades later, another eminent scientist of our world, Stephen Hawking, made a slightly different statement. Even when I was in college, I used to hear about an important subject that scientists were working on, a cutting-edge subject of research, which continues to be an important subject of research. And those days it was called the grand unification theory. Scientists had identified 4 fundamental forces which has made the universe and all of us as we see it now. And the scientists have been endeavoring, if it is possible, to unify all of these 4 forces into one single force, which has led to the 4 forces, and those 4 forces has led to the universe that we see today. And this grand endeavor has been called the grand unification theory. However, recently, Stephen Hawking renamed this attempt and called it the theory of everything. Because he believed that if we were able to find that one single force which has led to everything, this would constitute the theory of everything. The very well-known book by Stephen Hawking, I think it's an international bestseller. And although it's an international bestseller, I think many people have bought the book, but very few people have read the book. I have 3 copies of the book. Different people presented that to me at different times. In the last chapter of the book, called the conclusion, and in the last paragraph of the last chapter of the book, Stephen Hawking sums it in this way. He says, if we were to discover the theory of everything, and that theory must be simple and elegant, that not only scientists can understand that, but even non-scientists and common people can sit around the table and must be able to discuss that theory of everything. If we are able to do that, that will be the highest triumph of human intellect, for we would have understood why the universe exists and why we exist. For then we would have known the mind of God. Once again, at least 90% accurate quote from my recollection. What I wanted to point out was Einstein had asked the question how God created this world. Stephen Hawking, 70 years later, asked another penetrating question: why God created this universe and all of us? Einstein's was a how question. Stephen Hawking's was a why question. In my studies of the Vedanta philosophy, which was summarized by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, I was astounded to find that these questions about why the universe exists and why we exist is the core of the Vedanta philosophy. The methodology, the processes, the hermeneutics, the epistemology, and the approach is different in Indian Vedic knowledge system. But the intent has been the very same intent. Yet another scientist, Paul Davis, he wrote in a book, scientists study the universe. There are different departments and different branches of science and engineering in which we study and understand and try to use all of that understanding to make human life better. Paul mentions, but there is a fundamental question. The scientists study the universe. The fundamental question is, why does the universe exist for the scientist to study? Why does the universe exist? Why nothing exists? Why isn't it that nothing exists at all? The universe exists and the scientist studies that. In fact, the scientist studies the universe in a certain way. The engineer manipulates the universe in a certain way for the betterment of human life. An economist studies the distribution and creation of wealth for the benefit of human society in yet another way. A historian studies the universe to understand the course of humanity, what things happened well, what went wrong. Like this, all of these different branches of knowledge study the universe, and the fundamental question remains, why does the universe exist for all of us to study from different perspectives? When I look at this profound question from the Vedanta perspective, in fact, this question has many more nuances. For example, we are talking about a scientist who is studying the universe and asking the question, why does the universe exist? In fact, implicit in the question, but not so carefully thought through, but which becomes more visible and clear from the Vedanta perspective is, we are asking another question, why does the universe exist? And why does the scientist exist primarily who is studying the universe? Actually, this brings another important distinction. There is a universe, and the scientist is studying the universe. The scientist, for him to study the universe, should also exist, but has another dimension of reality. He is able to study the universe. In other words, we are not only existing, we are also conscious entities who are able to be aware of the existence of the universe, and we can also be aware of the existence of ourselves. So, in other words, there is existence and there is existence of consciousness which is aware of the universe. Now, why all these things exist is the fundamental question. Another brilliant scientist, Carl Sagan, he mentions, he asks a very fundamental question. He traces the history of humanity and says that how human beings, this is the Western perspective of history, which is debated, and I'll not go into that debate. But the understanding is that primitive people started as hunters, gatherers, and then agrarian civilizations began, and then different kinds of development of human civilization happened, and people have become more and more informed and aware from the dark ages to the enlightened period. And so human awareness and human intelligence has been growing, and human understanding of our own world and our civilization has been improving. And now Carl Sagan asks an important question. Is there a limit for development of human intelligence and human cognition? Or is there a limit? In fact, this question is also an important question that comes up in the Vedanta philosophy. Is there a limit to human cognitive powers? Or human cognitive powers are unlimited to comprehend many more things? From the Vedic perspective, these questions take on another kind of a significance. I'll give another example. From science, we know a chimpanzee, or even for that matter, dogs, they are all mammals, and we all have a similar neuroanatomy. We have a two-lobed brain, we have a vertebrae, we have a nervous system which is developed, and we understand that this nervous system is the hardware infrastructure that gives us awareness and the cognition of the world around us. Now, if you see the neuroanatomy of a chimpanzee or a dog or a human being, all of these are pretty evolved. Say, for instance, I had a dog or a chimpanzee in front of me, and I'm trying to explain to them how we have a democratic system of government. We elect our chief minister and our prime minister every 5 years by an electoral process. Do you think I'll be able to make a dog or a chimpanzee understand any of these concepts? The chimpanzee has 99% similar DNA as we have. But although our DNA is 99% similar, a chimpanzee is 100% beast. No, someone may say, no, if you try to explain it a little more carefully, and the chimpanzee may understand our political process. But it is not so. It is just like, suppose I have a mobile phone. Sometimes I get an email with some of our people in our organization, and they send me an AutoCAD drawing, and I don't have an AutoCAD loaded in my mobile, and I try to open that, and simply it doesn't open. My mobile is not enabled to open an AutoCAD file. So in the same way, our neuroanatomy, is it capable to understand all aspects of reality? Or we can understand certain aspects. Maybe there are a lot more aspects which are inaccessible to our cognitive system. Just like a dog or a chimpanzee's cognitive systems don't allow them to understand what is very important for us in a democratic government. Another example is, it is said that there are certain insects, they only have two-dimensional cognition. An ant, for instance, is crawling, can understand its movement forward and left and right, but has no cognition of a third dimension above it. And we as human beings have a cognition of three-dimensional space. Is it that the space is limited to 3 dimensions, or it is our limitation? Of course, in science and in engineering and in mathematics, we use additional dimensions of space. Although we are not able to perceive it, we can play around with it with mathematics. We can talk about a hypersphere. We can talk about hyperspaces. But there is something that we cannot perceive. It is beyond our powers of perception. So we live in a world today where science and technology has advanced, and especially in the last 20 years or 15 years, the revolution that science and technology has brought about is truly earth-shaking. I come across young people and young parents who say that our children, even when they wake up in the morning, first thing is they look for a gadget and they start playing with it. So, as children, they are very proficient to use the gadgets. But by the time they become teenagers, they are having depression. We come across another kind of a situation among young people. They have a kind of a challenge they face, and they call it overthinking about everything. And doctors say that because they have been exposed to too much of information, and all of this is actually causing them stress. We also know that some of the brightest minds in our country, they go to the brightest institutes. And sometimes after they reach there, they are not able to cope with the pressure. And sometimes they take a very drastic step of ending their lives, which is very saddening, isn't it? Recently, I met one retired judge of a high court, and he was telling that in all the metros in our country, in all the family courts in the metros of our country, there are increasing cases of divorce. So, we come across this kind of a situation where people, we have on the one hand, there is science and technology, and on the other hand, we have economic development. But there is something that is not making our people very happy and satisfied. They don't have the necessary life skills to navigate through these challenges. Psychologists say if there is a purpose to human life, and that purpose is something that will motivate and can direct us to navigate through all these difficult situations. The Vedanta philosophy, the Bhagavad Gita philosophy, provides a very sublime, intellectually challenging purpose for our lives. To understand why the universe exists, why we all exist, and what is the cosmic and universal arrangement. This pursuit of the purpose of life, as given in our Indian Vedic system, which is intellectually very rigorous. It was developed with elaborate intellectual rigor, with debate and discourse, that can provide such a sublime purpose of life, which is very exciting, that can help us if that purpose of life is the foundation. And whatever we pursue in our life, it could be business, it could be science, it could be technology, it could be economics or political offices, whatever it is, if we are founded, if we are grounded in this pursuit of the highest purpose of life, we will know how to navigate all these challenging situations and make right decisions in our life. We will know how to navigate through difficult circumstances of relationships and how to handle the pressures of the modern world. So, it is the message of our Vedic literatures. This is the contribution of India to the world to provide that sublime purpose of life. Every day in the morning when we wake up, in a few seconds, that sublime purpose of life should energize us so that we can do well in whatever pursuit we are in with noble intentions and do good for ourselves, for our community, for humanity, for the country, and for the world. Our Vedic knowledge provides this, and one can pursue this along with whatever one is doing in one's profession or in one's life. This is the message of the Vedic literatures. Krishna sums it up in a very interesting way in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmaram yudhyacha mayarpita mano buddhir mameva eshyasi asamshayaha. Krishna was speaking this knowledge to Arjuna, and he said, you should practice this knowledge while you are fighting as a warrior. Krishna did not tell Arjuna to not fight and go to the Himalayas and do something else. He said, you be in the battlefield, do your duty as a warrior, and at the same time, you should have a spiritual purpose and objective in life. This is the great message of our Vedic literatures. Thank you very much. Namaste. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a small tea break for 5 minutes. Tea will be served in your seats. So the crew will be bringing the tea. We'll take a 5-minute short break. Please do not leave the auditorium. The tea will be served in your seats as well. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, I apologize, and I regret to communicate that due to logistical issues, tea cannot be served here. Snacks will be provided on seats. Tea is available in the foyer on the sides. I would request you to please collect your teacups and come back to the auditorium so that we can start the program in time. Thank you all. We are privileged to have Sri Ravi Raghavan, NIT Calicut alumnus and Managing Director of Bharat Fridge Warner Limited. With over 3 decades of operational and strategic experience as our guest of honor for this year's Foundation Day celebration at NIT Calicut. His distinguished career and insightful perspectives promise to offer us valuable reflections and inspiration as we celebrate our legacy and look towards the future. We request you, sir, to share your profound experience with us.
Namaskaram. Let me start by congratulating the past, the present faculty, the students on the 64th Foundation Day of this great temple of learning. Under the guidance of Professor Prasad Krishna, we all saw the remarkable journey he has undertaken. The Institute continues to strengthen its commitment to the core values and principles, and which are key for any sustaining institution, may it be a teaching organization, a business organization, or for that matter, a societal institution. It's my great honor to be present here amongst all of you on this grand occasion. Thank you very much. Today, when I walk into this campus, I cannot tell you how blessed I feel. The 4 years in this campus, of course, got me a degree, taught me engineering. But much more than that, intangibles is what I took, which I realized much later in my career. the dedication, the hard work. Yes, you feel bad when you're pressed by the professors during those 4 years to work hard on certain things. And the focus, I'll talk a little bit about it, which all helps you to take the challenges as you go along in this world. And in this 30 plus years of my experience, I should say that the first 20 years was much more simpler. The world was much more simpler. But as we go along, it's going to become more and more complex, more and more unpredictable. The sustenance would be a challenge, and thus all that we learn in this institute would come in very handy to overcome those challenges. I'd like to re-emphasize that because all of us, when we spend 4 years here, do not realize, but when we are thrown to the challenges, we are caught off guard. And it's better to be prepared, take the benefits of this institute, and go forward. The last 2 decades have been very, very interesting globally. And so has been for India too. Guruji mentioned that. The speed of change that we are experiencing, breakthrough innovations that are happening, but at the same time, the vast opportunities that are thrown at us are actually not comparable to anything that happened 4 or 5 decades ago. And that's a big blessing in disguise. And I think the students of this institute, in fact, the faculty of this institute, should grab that with both the hands. I was so very happy to hear our director telling that today we have a faculty which is the largest of all the NITs in this country. The amount of innovation that we are doing, the research that we are doing, these are things that can help us make major strides and grab these opportunities that's coming up. The world has become complex, and as we witness today, many of our plans, be it individual, be it an organization, are determined by external factors more by the internal factors. You can't predict a war. The geopolitical situation changes every plan of yours as an individual or as an organization. And this will become only more complex and unpredictable in the future. Thus, one of the key attributes that we have to develop is flexibility to adapt, but with agility, and that can only happen if we continue our journey of reskilling ourselves in whatever sphere of careers or businesses we are into. India is a great story today, and we are all fortunate to be present in these times. It's the fastest growing large economy, and it will continue to grow at this speed for the near future till we will become the 3rd largest economy. For me, economy is not only, a developed economy is not only numbers. We can always put in a 30 trillion GDP or 40 trillion GDP. It's not only a number, but a developed economy has many facets to that. I think we all should, even in institutes, spend a lot of time talking about it. What would this notion of a developed economy do to all of us? All of us will be the stakeholders in that. We cannot become a developed economy by just increasing the volume of things because we have a population. And that's a wrong notion. We have a population which is a support, but our developed economy should be on higher value add things, and higher value add products or services would happen with innovation. Our developed economy would be a more mature society, a more mature individual, a more ethically mature society, more ethical people, more emotionally strong people and societies. Once we look at all that, it's a beautiful combination of what our director spoke and what Guruji spoke about mixing spirituality with technology. It's a 360-degree all-around development that we should have when we go embark on this journey of a developed economy. India now has opened opportunities in areas that we never thought about. Look at what's happening in smaller towns, smaller villages. People who have no access to education, no access to institutions like this, they're coming with breakthrough innovations. And these are not complex technologies or products that they're making. They're very simple, and that's one word that I heard in this institute for the very first time in the mechanical department when I was there, and I was recollecting this 10 years ago, and that became one of my talks in any of the management, either educational purpose or to my colleagues in my offices. We can make complex products, complex solutions, and achieve something. But making something simple to solve complex problem is the most difficult thing. And that word simple was something that I learned here, and it has really remained with me for a very long time. Simplicity of doing things, simplicity of expressing those things, simplicity of defining a problem in Six Sigma, if you do the black belt, etc. You're told to define the problem in a very simple way, and if you do that, it's said that 99% of the problem is solved. So that word simple is a very complex thing in reality. Today, world looks at India in a very different way. I'm sure many of you would have interacted with people across the globe. 30 years ago, the world looked at us differently. We were told to do what we should do, and we were supposed to do what we were told to do. Today, it's entirely different. When we interact with our youngsters abroad, the respect they gain, the confidence at which they present things, the confidence at which they take risks and become successful is very, very different, and that's brought the respect to this country and all of us. And we should continue to make that difference globally. And that's possible because many of our students are fortunate to be in institutions like this, get the guidance of some of the best faculty who are dedicated to nurture us to take those challenges of the world. I mean, it's again a point that we should realize as students, many of the students are sitting here, is we don't realize what all our faculty teaches us other than the courses that we take here. And the earlier we realize that, grasp that, make use of that, make that as an habit in our daily life, we will be much more successful in life. Guruji spoke about purpose, so I just add to that. I talk about 4 P's. And this is not only for oneself, but also for organizations. And the 4 Ps are not what management teaches us, but purpose, which should generate passion with perseverance and patience. Purpose is a much bigger thing for an organization. It's not a profit, it's not a growth, but a much bigger belief that you bring within the organization. And that should generate passion amongst every individual in the organization. But that goes along with 2 major A's, and I call that a constructive attitude and an applied knowledge. We have seen over the years now that knowledge has become democratized. It's easily available to anyone, anywhere, if he or she is interested. So, gaining knowledge is not going to be a differentiator between a laggard, an innovator, but how well it is applied is going to be the differentiator. We see many companies, many individuals not succeeding, although they do a lot of research, do a lot of work, but they're not able to apply that to attain the ultimate objective on which they're working. And as we grow as individuals or organizations, one of the other things that happens is organizations also have attitude, okay? So it's not only individuals. That constructive attitude goes missing. And once that goes missing, you see the same problem, the same product, the same challenge in an entirely different way. And that's why you see there are certain organizations which grow non-linearly. That means the input effort is much lesser than what the outcome comes. And there are certain organizations, they get the same outcome, but the effort is much higher. And that's purely a difference on the constructive and not so constructive attitude. The other big change that's happening technologically is convergence. And what's making this more complex is convergence of divergences of technology, of processes, of functions, of features. You take any product, and the simplest, of course, is whatever we use on a daily life, a mobile. I don't think anybody of us have heard any advertisement telling, oh, this make of mobile has the best reception, has the best signal, etc., etc. But we hear it has a good camera, it has a good screen, it has a wider screen, etc. There's so many features that have actually given more value to this product which was intended for maybe receiving and releasing signals. Any product that we take today is undergoing these changes. Use of metallurgy, use of mechanics, use of electronics. Thus, there is no boundaries today in technology. The rigid boundaries of any of the faculties are blurring today. They overlap each other. Robots have entered the operation theaters. We are involved in a project, I'm personally involved in a project, how we can guide a surgeon to do his surgeries easily without making too many cuts in the body. So the words of, a surgeon, an entirely different profession, robotics, a part of engineering, converging them. But at the same time, I can't give a complex robo and tell the surgeon, now you start doing an engineering course for 4 years, then you take the next operation. Make the robo and its application so simple. If you look at those words, actually, the world is becoming so very interesting for all of us if we break these boundaries of our thought and learnings. We all grew up with saying jack of all trades and master of none. Actually, it's changing now to, yes, jack of all trades, but master of one. You have to be a master, vertically down, deep down, absolutely good in whatever you do, but you have to also know horizontally many things. Today, we can't say that I'm a surgeon, but I'll not look at something else. I'm an engineer, I'll not look at something else. Oh, I'm a musician, but I'm not looking at something else. There are courses today on computer sciences, which is computer science in music. Right? So we have to be a master of one, but I won't call it jack, but we have to know many more things to make us really take this challenge of the new world. That's a few examples, but just for paucity of time, I will share it sometime later. I'm fortunate that I'm getting more chances to come to the Institute this year. But as I end my talk, I'd like to share some of my life learnings which my seniors, my managers taught me and pushed me, which were very helpful later in my career. Dream and dream big. And if you dream big, actions will follow. And I think Guruji is there, so I don't want to repeat something on what's written in Gita, etc. It'll not be proper, but I think if we dream big, we will find ways to achieve that. And if we do that with a clear mind and a pure heart, I think the world will show us the solutions themselves, even things that we have not thought about. That's been some of my life experiences. Develop a hunger to learn, even if it's unrelated topics. But continue this hunger to learn. Take decisions. Yes, not rash. Think through, but take decisions. Postponing and not taking decision is not going to help. And once taken, don't regret. Halfway, there are many times, there are many successful people who behind closed doors will tell you that. They would have also halfway through thought that, oh, I made a mistake, I made a blunder, I shouldn't have done. But they never walk back. They never regret later on. They move in that path and they become successful. Sorry. The right path is not always the easiest path. So don't take shortcuts. The tougher paths will make you tougher and achieve your objectives. To some of my dear students, I'm certain that your years of interaction with the faculty of this great institute, the environment of this campus, and many years of nurturing of your parents would have shaped you into a well-balanced global citizen. Get into the noble habit of giving and sharing, and being compassionate and caring. The more you give and share, the more you get back. Basics of mechanical engineering. Be it time or knowledge. I'm sure you will make a meaningful difference to the country, society, and the people you work with and serve today or tomorrow. Thank you, Professor Krishna, Dr. Ravi Verma, for inviting me, and the faculty and management of the college for inviting me. It was a great privilege to share my time with all of you, and it's been a great learning for me. Thank you very much. Good luck and best wishes.
Thank you, sir. We are thrilled to announce the launch of Sambhashanam 2024, the annual Institute magazine of NIT Calicut. The magazine honors and celebrates creative genius among NITC fraternity. This edition captures the vibrant achievements, innovative projects, and inspiring stories from across our community, reflecting the dynamic spirit of our institution. We invite you to explore and celebrate the collective accomplishments and future aspirations documented within these pages. May I now request the guests on the dais, Honorable Director Sir, the Registrar Sir, and the conveners of Foundation Day 2024 to release the magazine. Thank you, sir. It is our great honor that we welcome Commander Dr. Shyamsundara, our esteemed registrar, to deliver the felicitation address on the occasion of NIT's 64th Foundation Day. His reflections and acknowledgements will celebrate our collective achievements and reinforce our commitment to excellence and innovation.
Dignitaries on the dais, all the major stakeholders of our institution, be it students, faculty, non-teaching staff, alumni, other sponsors, banks, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome you all again for this Foundation Day celebration. Now that we have finished almost 18 years as NIT, so we are a youth NIT, but not so youth as far as the institution is concerned. We have fair experience. With the 64 years experience supporting us, we have embarked on a new journey to become a greater institution, to improve our performance in various dimensions concerned with the technical education and associated fields. Our alumni, the faculty, and the senior retired teachers of our institution have advised that we should aim to become number one NIT in 3 to 5 years' time from now. Basically, by the year 2028 or 29, we should aim to become number one in IT. Not just ranking wise, but actually having things that matter for the students and for the research community. So towards that, the institute has embarked on a lot of developmental projects. As director has already mentioned, that we have a plan aligned with Viksit Bharat 2047, when Government of India, which has already laid down now by 2047 that we have to become a developed country. So we have about 24 years, 23, 24 years time in our hand. So by then, we should become a developed country. So therefore, we have to have developed institute by then, which will compete with Harvard, Cornell, or even any other university, any other institute we can name. So we should be known amongst them, probably beating many of them hands down. So it's an ambitious plan, ambitious dream, but things are basically the work is in progress. One of the major things which has been done is an infrastructure development aspect. The institute has already drawn up Master Plan 2047, where we envisage our overall investment of around 5,000 crore to be invested in next 13 to 14 years. And then institute has already committed 600 crores towards it. Like our honorable director mentioned, we already inaugurated 33 kVA power supply through the KSEB. It was built through the KSEB. Yesterday it was inaugurated. Yesterday again, we had a Bhumi Pujan and groundbreaking ceremony for 760-seater ladies hostel being constructed by CPWD. That facility is likely to come to us in a couple of years. Then the projects like Central Research Facility, Innovation Center already has been approved. The building itself costs about 120 crore, and another 120 crore will be invested for the scientific equipments there. So all these things are coming, and we hope that students and faculties will be able to undertake the studies and research activities the way they want it. Now, over the last 18 months or so, the institute has recruited many faculty and non-teaching staff. From a strength of about 250 faculties, now we have reached about 424 regular faculty, which is amongst the highest of any of the NITs in this country. We also have recruited more than 250 non-teaching staff, which will support the faculties. So now our strength has reached almost 325. So from 90, about 2 years back, now we have reached 325. So a lot of young faculty and young staff is available at the institute disposal. And we hope that they all will be delivering and helping this institute to achieve the greater heights. Now on this Foundation Day, many those who have helped this institution in their own field are being honored. We look forward to interact with them. And many of them are physically available here, and we thank them. Now, as we look forward to continue our journey, we again request you to wholeheartedly support us, because this institution is yours. We are only the custodian. The present administration is the custodian. The students, the alumni, the faculty, the non-teaching staff are all the stakeholders, like I already mentioned, and we need a wholehearted support. We request you to continue that support and help these institutions to achieve its dream, that to become the number one NIT in 3 to 5 years' time. I wish each and every one of you on this happy occasion of the Foundation Day All the best. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. We are excited to unveil the first edition of Samvad 2024, the annual alumni newsletter of NIT Calicut. This edition highlights the remarkable achievements of our alumni, shares inspiring stories, and fosters a deeper connection within our global network. We look forward to engaging with our alumni community through the insights and updates presented in this year's newsletter. Thank you, sir. We now turn to the highlight of our celebration, the award ceremony, where we honor the outstanding achievements and contributions to the exceptional members of NITC fraternity. At the very outset, we will be honoring the retired members of our NIT community. We request Honorable Director Sir, Professor Prasad Krishna, to greet them and present them with the memento as a mark of our respect for their valuable contribution in building this proud institution. Our chief guest will wishes to retire for a brief period. So we will put the awarding ceremony on hold for some time. We now request Honorable Director Sir to present a memento to our chief guest, His Grace Sri Chanchalapati Dasa, for accepting our invitation and blessing us with his presence. We'll resume the honoring ceremony of our retiree members of the faculty and staff. Director Sir is joining them downstage. For the valuable contributions made to building the NIT fraternity, the honoring of the memento will be done by the director, sir, downstage. Sri Shivarama Krishna from the first REC batch. First batch of REC. It's indeed an honor to have you here, sir. This college, this institution holds your presence and consider this as an honor to this occasion. Thank you, sir. Sri Ramakrishnan T.R., Department of Mathematics. Dr. Abdul Majid, Department of Mechanical Engineering. Sri Neelakandan Nair ES. Administration. Sri Ramachandran P. Sri Ramachandran P. EMU. Sri Ramachandran P. EMU. Sri John N. Sri John N. Sri Mani TC, Guest House. Sri Matthew KC, Postal Office. Shri Chandrasekharan K, Mechanical Engineering Department. Shri Chandrasekharan K, Mechanical Engineering Department. Shri Paulos TC, Engineering Unit. Shri Paulos TC. Shri Ulahanan OP, Civil Engineering Department. Shri Kelappan, Shri Kelappan, Shri T. Shivadas, Shri K. Velayudhan, Shri K. Velayudhan, Thank you, sir. I'm sure that your visit to campus, as you walked through the corridors that you had visited long back, certain significant memories of the days of yore might have revisited you. We would like to listen to you and learn from what you have to share with us. I would sincerely request the retirees, any one of you, if you would please grace us with your valuable experience, your thoughts and ideas. Any one of our valuable retiree or honorable members of the audience. The microphone is there. We would like to hear from you, sir. So please sit. Sir, microphone is there. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir wants to come.
Now, I am very happy today to be associated with this Foundation Day ceremony as well as honoring the retirees of this institution. In the letter sent to us at that time, inviting us for this, director said, your valuable contribution to the institution has helped us very much and all. But what, of course, I agree with that. I did something, but at that time, during our period, all of us were together working for the benefit, for the development of the college, because the time when we joined, 1963 to 80, it was a period where all the basic things had to be procured, like for the library, books, purchasing, missionary, lab, all these have to be done within a short time, and lot of work has to be done. So all of us, all the faculty members, including the office people, account people, all were doing together. There was no question of a separation, this committee, that committee, like that at those time. Everybody was doing. One important thing, one of the things which helped us that to do that way was 90% of the staff members were staying in the campus. So that helped us a lot in formulation of this thing and doing that work like that. So I think the honor that was given to me should be to all the people, all the faculty members and non-teaching staff, all those people who have done a lot of work at that time. Maybe to just because I am asked to share the experience, I tell you. At that time, actually, many of the people have to go to city, 22 kilometers away to buy things, provisions, even vegetables. There was only one shop near Kattangal. So it was essential that a cooperative society should be formed here. So I very well remember Professor Jusse, and of course I was also along going together with him, and we saw to that cooperative society was started, and even ration shop at that there, and many things were stored there, and first 2-3 years, no accountant or anybody was there. I had written all these accounts, balance sheet, everything was done by me during that period. Because Jusse was only organizing that. So he said, Ramakrishnan, you should do all these things. Cash you will collect and then remit in the bank and all like that. Of course it is, at that time it was necessary. So, and another thing was that many of us were experiencing great difficulty in for example, the electricity, we usually have only about 150 volts or something. 230 should be given, but 150 only we get. So all of us were using only 110 volt bulbs for during that period. I very well remember that it was a very difficult time, but all of us were having the same problem, means there is no difficulty in facing those problems. And just because, just wanted to tell one more thing. In the beginning, many of the faculty members and non-teaching staff, their children, they had to be given some like LKG and like classes like that. So my wife also has served for about 3-4 years as a teacher, teaching this LKG 3-4 batches, taking them to exhibition. So many, I have got photographs of those things at that time also. So it was a very interesting time for all of us. We can never forget that. But it was a unique experience of all of us together doing that. Even some examination, for example, MCA, test, entrance test, we were having our courses run, means based on some paper, entrance test conducted by us. So we had to seek the support of many of the faculty members for supervision work because many candidates were writing. There was no difficulty at all. There is no question of mechanical engineering or civil engineering or something like that. Everybody was cooperating because it was a question of our college getting that course run like that. So it was a very interesting time for all of us. So this is what I personally feel we should try to have that type of approach now also, but because of the present case where every department has many specializations and all, so all of them cannot have this type of cooperation that we have. It is not easy because they are having their own courses to be taken and the exam system has changed. So a lot of preparation is required and all. But to some extent, some kind of interaction, if it is there more, I think it will be better late for all of us also, because of human relationship is very important. So this is what I have my experience. So let us hope that some such kinds of experiences or experience can be tried here also in the campus. So with this I just, because I was told to talk without any this preparation, so I just said some things like that, but which the thoughts came to me. So this is all what I have to say. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for most kindly sharing your valuable insights. That was Dr. Ramakrishna TR from Mathematics Department. We will forever cherish your contribution and carry this forward into our future. To the next category of awards, we will be presenting the Distinguished Alumni Awards for 2024. Distinguished Alumni Awards is the highest award bestowed by NIT Calicut to its alumni, recognizing their exceptional achievements and contribution across various fields. This accolades reflects the significant accomplishments and contributions of the recipients since their time at CREC to NIT. The selection process involves multiple stages conducted by NIT deans and distinguished external experts from industry, academia, management, and public service. So the first award, the Award for Entrepreneurial Excellence is presented to Shri Subbarao Paluravi, 1974, BSc Engineering, Chairman and Managing Director. I request our Honorable Director, sir, to do the honors. Dr. Subbarao, a seasoned technologist and entrepreneur, has made significant contributions to the Indian space program for over 4 decades. As one of the early pioneers of private industry in high-tech sector, he founded Ananta Technologies Limited, a leading player in aerospace industry. Under Shri Paluravi leadership, ATL has supported 100 satellites and 80 launch vehicles for ISRO. Notably, ATL is the first private company to establish assembly, integration, and testing facilities for satellite and launch vehicles. Sir, please share.
Namaskar. I must thank profusely NIT. I also must thank NIT for the award given to me now, and for REC for educating us and made us engineers. And what Professor Ramakrishna has mentioned those days, in fact, we belong to the very earliest batch. They are very deficient, many facilities kind of a thing into that. But with the modern things being available, the way that present students look at it will be entirely different. The only one piece of advice I can give it to you is, there is something displayed closed here: arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. That's what Swami Vivekananda said. That is the kind of I think all of you should make the sankalpa and the diksha towards that, and I am sure you'll reach your goal. And never try to be just an employee somewhere, but try to be employer. That is a new trend. I'm sure that all of you will cultivate that. Thank you very much. I am proud to receive the award in Swami Vivekananda Auditorium today. Thank you.
For the next award, we request our registrar, sir, to present the award for excellence in institutional development and alma mater services, Srimati Usha P. Verma, 1991 batch of BTech program, outstanding scientist and associate director, ASL, DRDO. She is distinguished Indian defense scientist and has consistently excelled in her roles at various research institutions, notably Samir Mumbai and DRDO. We request Registrar Sir to do the honors. Director Sir is doing the honors now. Srimati Verma is pioneer in radar and signal processing and was a key player in developing India's first indigenous MM-wave active radar missile seeker. It can be confidently said that her contributions to indigenizing critical defense technologies have significantly strengthened India's self-reliance. Beyond her professional achievements, NITC appreciates her enduring relationship with us, her efforts to develop indigenous high-temperature microwave substrate, and her support for establishing a center of excellence at the institution demonstrates her commitment to fostering the next generation of scientists and engineers. This award is a token of NIT's profound respect and appreciation to her invaluable contributions.
Thank you, NIT, for this award. And I thank all the jury members and my teachers, Sadi Devi ma'am, Paul Joseph sir, and all others who endorsed me here. And for me, this award is not just a distinction which is given by NIT. It's a responsibility which is now given to me to take care and give back more and more to whatever little bit I have done for NIT, giving more and more to that. I belong to DRDO and I represent DRDO here, and we have a lot of academic interactive opportunities in terms of internships. We have a Dare to Dream student contest. We have various academic programs like CARS, then right from SNT projects to the research boards, research project funding, COEs. So I request all the NIT students, faculty to make use of these opportunities. Together we can be, grow this nation to the highest level of technological advances. I thank once again all of you for this award. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. For the next award for excellence in public service and other walks of life, presented to Shri Hari Shankar IPS, SP Cyber Operations Kerala Police, 2006 batch of BTech program. We request our Honorable Director, sir, to do the honors. Hari Shankar, an IPS officer from the 2011 batch, is the Superintendent of Police for Cyber Operations. He has held various key positions in state, including Superintendent of Police in Kannur, Pathanamthitta, Kottayam, and Kollam, as well as Deputy Commissioner of Cochin City. His notable achievements include the successful investigation of the Uttara murder case, where he detected the use of snake as a weapon and secured his life sentence for the accused. This case earned him the Union Home Minister's Medal. He also played a crucial role in Kevin murder case, proving the crime without any eyewitness testimony and receiving the Badge of Honor. Shankar has been recognized for his exceptional service with the President's Award in the most peaceful elections in Kannur in 2016, and Chief Minister's Medal for Excellence in Service in 2024.
Reverend Director of NIT Calicut, distinguished guests on and off the dais. I'm really honored to be here after 18 years to be selected for the Distinguished Alumni Award. It was in 2006 that I passed out mechanical engineering from this college. And after doing a master's in robotics, decided to take a U-turn and join the civil services and ultimately became a police officer. The important question that was posed before me in those times of 2010 was that, are you really going to throw down the drain whatever you have gained as an engineer? After doing a master's, is it really necessary to be a police officer? I couldn't find any answer to that question in 2010. But it was very soon answered as soon as I joined my service as a young ASP in Thrissur. I'll just tell you a story. The first month of my service in Kerala, I was invited to an accident death scene. I went there, I found a man dead on the field. There was a motorbike lying on the other side. Prima facie, there was a case of accident death, profuse bleeding, head injury. As a curious engineer, I just decided to examine the bike. And surprisingly, the headlights were off, the ignition was off, and the gear was in the neutral position. So somebody who would drive a bike would definitely engage the gear, and nobody would drive a bike late in the night with the headlights off. So that kindled a small kind of a curiosity. And the investigation which started there unearthed a gruesome murder, actually. This happened to be a murder. He was killed by a group of assailants and was brought to the place. He was placed on the motorbike and was pushed down the valley, creating a semblance of an accident. So that's why the new gear happened to be in neutral and the ignition was off. Surprisingly, I never thought that the functioning of a gear would play a very important role in my service as a police officer. So from that day, till today, the 14 years of service, being an engineer has only helped me. Being an alumni of this college has only helped me in my policing career. And interestingly, being an engineer is not about technology, it's about scientific bent of mind, rational thinking. The confidence that this institution builds in me to ask questions and find answers, and that is where the inquisitiveness of mind, that is what basically constitutes an engineer, and it's eternal relevant, irrespective of the field that we are working in, be it the entrepreneurship, be it ISRO, be it DRDO, be it policing, be it civil service, it's eternally relevant. And I take this opportunity to thank this institution for building me as I am today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The award for Emerging Alumni Leader, Shri Nitin Valsan, IPS Officer, DCP, Delhi Police. Emerging Alumni Leader, Shri Nitin Valsan, IPS Officer. I would request Director Sir, Dean IACR, to do the honors. Nitin Valsan, an IPS officer of the 2012 batch, has carved a remarkable path marked by exceptional achievements and unwavering determination. For achieving a remarkable feat of recovering stolen electronic goods worth a significant amount, he earned the place in Limca Book of Records despite facing numerous challenges including cancer diagnosis and the COVID-19 pandemic. Valsan has remained resilient and focused. He has successfully completed the Ironman Goa 70.3 triathlon and has led key positions in various police districts where he has implemented innovative initiatives and led successful investigations. His inspiring journey is chronicled in his debut book, Cancer Man to Ironman, A Policeman's Journey to Arresting Illness, which is set to be published by Pan Macmillan India.
respected director, NITC, other distinguished members on and off the stage, my dearest teachers, ma'am, Sati Devi ma'am, Srilekha ma'am, Dhanraj sir, and all those who are present here, students of NIT Calicut. It is indeed a great privilege and honor to receive this Emerging Alumni Award. I would first of all thank the jury members and the NITC administration for considering me to be a recipient of this award. In fact, I belong to Union Territory cadre, like Hari belongs to the Kerala cadre. I am from Union Territory cadre. So Union Territory cadre, we roam around in the Union Territories. I have worked in Delhi, Lakshadweep, Goa, and now I'm back in Delhi. It's indeed a great privilege to say everywhere that I am an NIT alumni. People have a respect when they all say that we are from the NIT Calicut. It is considered one of the most premier institutes of the country. More than that, what I cherish in NIT is a social and emotional exposure I had myself in NIT. I had some of the best friends and still have some of the best friends in life whom I can always accept from, like in life. Like I still remember the time when I was fighting cancer. That was a time when it was very tough times in my life. And I was feeling very down, and I was not even telling others like I was going through this ailment. So at that time, my friends in NIT came to know about it. Everyone called me, everyone supported me, they made sure that I am back to life. In fact, I would say that showed me how much positivity is there in this life. A hope. Like, even though you feel dejected, there are a lot of people in this world who wants you to come back to life. So those friendships are for lifetime, I hope. And wherever we go, wherever any premier institutes or premier organizations all over the world, all over the country, everywhere we will find students from NIT Calicut. As far as our jobs are concerned, it's always helpful to have our friends placed everywhere. And I also want to congratulate Alumni Association for having this program, for bringing people who have passed out in different years under single one roof. I once again thank everyone. My book, Cancer Man to Iron Man, which ma'am has just said is to be published, has been published. It's available in Amazon stores as well. It is my debut book. It is actually how I defeated cancer and became an Iron Man. Iron Man is it's a challenge in which you have to swim 2 kilometers in the sea, followed by 90 kilometers cycling and 21 kilometers of running. I did it in 8 hours, and that too just 1 year after I defeated cancer. So it's an emotional story and a story of resilience and how life attacked me, and how my friendship and everybody helped us to come back. I would like to give special thanks to my dearest teacher, Dhanraj sir here, who has been always my support, and all the other people who were part of life and whatever made me who is standing here. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I'm sure Dhanraj sir is a little emotional over there. Okay. We will now be honoring the NITCA leadership, and to do the honors, we request Professor Prasad Krishna, our Honorable Director, sir, to present the memento to Jayaprakash Ji, retired Managing Director, Travancore Rayons.
Getting a presentation from the biggest NIT, I say the biggest NIT in India. It's a moment of pride for me, personally. Thank you, director, the registrar, the faculty, and my colleagues and students. See, I am proud about my alma mater. I started my wings in 1970, 54 years back, from this college. I had different experience in different fields. Each and every position I held, I had a support from my alma mater. Right from the day I joined REC, hostel, even the slight direction from our seniors also, I gained a lot, personally speaking. It's not supposed to be told, just like that. There's a positive stroke for me in managing my profession, apart from my life. Thanks. I don't want to speak much about it. And about the alumni also, it was as a regional engineering college. We nurtured the idea of an alumni association. There was an alumni association in vogue in the college, but we thought of taking it beyond the campus, among the other alumni centers also. And I was here for about 3 years as the alumni president. We triggered the concept of a World Alumni Group, some 4 or 5 meets also. We have conducted the 50th Golden Jubilee celebration, both in NIT as well as Calicut. It was a success. And we had the support of all the governing body members also, apart from our directors. And now it is a world-renowned alumni group, spread all over the world. And we have a very big club also in Cochin, to be proud. One of the biggest clubs in South India. A surplus fund club, unlike other things. I don't want to talk certain other things beyond this right now. I would like to be associated even now with this alumni, the NITC group, for the fostering the concept of a better NIT. And forget about the ranking right now. Congratulations for the second rank in the architects. Apart from the ranking, we had to grow big. Our faculty is excellent, because we had critical moments also. We used to, as brothers and seniors also and the faculty members, we had very severe interactions. We have the best group of faculty and excellent students and a very receptive management of the institution right now, poised for a growth. And I am sure that our NIT will be one of the biggest, like our India right now, the biggest Indian NIT in another 4 or 5 years. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. We request our Honorable Director, sir, to the next honoring. Shri Jayaprakashan A., former NITCA President. We request Sir to share his experience and valuable inputs with us.
Thank you very much for the award. Thanks a lot for the director and all the other people involved in the foundation, this one. And I'm from the same 1970 batch as Jayaprakash Ji, probably the first batch to have two NITCA presidents. And one thing, as Walson had mentioned, one thing remarkable about having studied in this place is that I had got some of my classmates still remain, even after 55 years, as my good friends. They are still a source of support for me, and it is really tremendous that maybe it is the atmosphere of the institution, maybe the hostel, the mess situation, etc., which has helped to develop such a close bond within the classmates. So for that, I really thank the NITC, and I had been involved with in the alumni affairs of this institute for quite some time. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
For the next honors, may I request Director Sir to honor NITCA President Sushant CM.
Respected Director in ATC, dignitaries on and off the dais. Well, personally, I believe that honoring me as an alumni leader is not at all necessary. Because what we have done is our duty. If I do something for my parents, I don't expect them to honor me or tell me a thanks or something like that. And I think the same goes to the institution as well. Whatever I am now, a great part of it belongs to this institute. And I was fortunate to be involved in one of the transition process of transferring RECA to NIT. In 2016 onwards, a group of people from Calicut, a lot of people from Sadishan is already here. Kamath was there. And we thought that RECA was not at all, the parent chapter was not at all active. It was sort of sort of a dormant state. And World NITCA meet was organized as a separate thing done by another organization, another group of people. So we thought that all this has to be integrated and brought together. And that thought process initiated us to link with all the chapters worldwide and to bring the NITCA parent chapter into a separate entity. And I was a president in the transition stage when the RECA to NITCA happened. And today, NITCA parent chapter is, Alumni, is a very great organization, which is doing wonderful work. And all of you probably know about it. I don't want to talk much, but just one incident when I was sitting here, I was remembering a lot of things, a lot of memory goes through my mind. But one thing, anecdote, which I would like to share with you, which I had with the institute. I passed out in 82. Then in 87, I wanted to go for higher studies in UK. And in the college where I went, they need 2 reference letters from some people of great organizations, wherever it is. So one letter I got from my director of the organization where I was working. The second letter I thought, well, I will get from NITC. So I came back after 4 years of leaving the college and met Professor Subramania here. He was our head of the department at that time. He was very strict. And in those days, there was no email or anything. So we had to send a letter typed out or handwritten, whatever it is. So I gave him because it's a confidential letter, it has to be sent as a reference to the college. So I gave him a cover with a stamp and all those things, address, everything put, and then the format for giving that reference letter. He said that he will send it within a couple of days. Then just to know what has happened to that, after about a week, I again came to the college and met my professor. And I asked, have you sent that letter? Immediately what he did was, he took a small book from the bottom of the drawer. And then he opened it and said, Sushant, in 4th semester, you're not submitted one assignment. Similarly, in 8th semester also, there is another assignment which is pending. You have not submitted that. I was just wondering what should I say. Because, and I thought that he might have written something bad about me. Then he, looking at my face, he said, anyway, I have not mentioned anything like that in this letter. I have written good things about you. See, that is the way in which teachers sees us. I mean, sometimes we will get frustrated or we will get angry when a teacher scolds us or say something is wrong with us. But I have learned that all of them have a good heart to you. They want all of you to be good. They want good things to happen to you. So whatever they say, it is for you, our own good. So that is one big lesson which I learned from my teacher. Okay, I don't want to say anything more. Let me once again thank this institute for this organization, for giving me all the fortunes that I have now. And I dedicate my life to give more to these alumni wherever I can or whenever I can. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. A few of our members from the NITCA community and from the DEA could not be present in person, so we'll be announcing their awards here. For the award in the category Technology, Innovation and Excellence, Shri J.A. Kamlakar, Director, ISRO Honorary Advisor. Shri Subbarao will be collecting the award on his behalf. May I request our Director, sir, to do the honors. J.A. Kamlakar has over 4 decades of experience. He has played a pivotal role in developing critical technologies for various ISRO missions. He joined ISRO in 1977 and was instrumental in establishing LEOS, a pioneer laboratory and electro-optical system research. Under his leadership, LEOS became a cornerstone in India's remote sensing and communication satellite program. There is a message that Sir has shared with us.
In fact, Dr. Kamalakar is right now in USA. He went to visit his daughters. He sent me a very lengthy message to give it to all of you, but I'm condensing that very short. I sincerely thank the peer review committee, director, NIT, for the recognition and honor. I also would like to thank Dr. Verma and his team for their excellent coordination for this event and for the introduction and citation preparation. My heartfelt congratulations to all distinguished awardees today and for their outstanding contributions and achievements. I am looking forward to many more interactions with the NIT, as I am at present actively involved with the team in setting up a Center for Spacecraft Technology at our institute. In fact, he also wrote something about his association with ISRO. ISRO is all about teamwork. There's something everybody has to learn on that. And ISRO works on a vision stated and set by Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, a vision in which we don't have any fantasy to compete with economically advanced nations in space technology. However, when it comes to usage of advanced technology for resolving real problems of our people and to play a meaningful role internationally, we will be second to none. The recent successful landing on Moon is a testimony of a collective teamwork that happens at ISRO. And I am glad to inform you that we are all working on new missions to Moon, Mars, Venus, and our own space stations, etc., apart from advanced spacecraft for remote sensing and communications. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next award, the next honoring for the NITCA past presidents, Dr. John Joseph. He is also not here amongst us. So on his behalf, Ranganath Ramani, NITCAA Secretary, NITCA Secretary, will be collecting the award on his behalf. May I request our Honorable Director, sir, to do the honors.
I'm just a proxy reading out for John Joseph, briefly basking in his glory. Dignitaries on the dais, deans, professors, alumni, and students, greetings to all of you. I regret that I could not be present here today personally to receive this prestigious award as past president of Alumni Association of this great institution. I had to travel abroad for a conference which was scheduled some time back. My apologies to all of you. With humility, I accept this award. I consider this award not as a recognition to me alone, but to the entire alumni fraternity, especially to our association, NITCA. I thank the present and the past president, other office bearers and leaders of all chapters for their great contributions to NITC and NITCA. NITCA is committed to overall improvement of NITC in whichever way possible. There have been several ways alumni contributed to this effort, and it is still continuing. NITCA is the right organization through which alumnus can participate in the development of NITC. During my time as its president, an agreement was signed between NITC and NITCA to channelize such efforts of the alumni in an organized manner. NITCA has the best governance practices in place. It strictly adheres to its bylaws in letter and spirit. The infrastructure work and the various institute alumni programs and interactions undertaken by alumni through NITCA are well known. I encourage all alumni to contribute individually or as batches to this endeavor. We should give back to our alma mater as part of whatever we have received from it. In the professional front, I have set up an engineering and project management consultancy for many decades ago and has been successful with assignments in India and abroad. In spite of busy schedules, I was able to get actively involved in the alumni matters and to assist the development of NITC. I consider this award as the culmination of all these efforts. I congratulate all past presidents of NITCA and distinguished alumni of 2024 who have received the awards today. All of you have excelled in your chosen field and can be proud of it. I wish all the best to NITC and all those associated with it in any way or the other. Thank you very much.
So a few more awardees from the DAA 2024 who have not been able to join us. Academic Excellence, Shri Roshan V. Joseph, A. Russell Chandler, Chair Professor, Georgia Institute of Technology, and Saurabh Sinha, Excellence in Institutional Development and Alma Mater Services. They will be getting their awards in the World NITCA Meet, scheduled in the month of September in New Jersey in USA. Additionally, 2 more NITCA leaders, Shri Paul Joseph, retired professor, NIT Calicut, and Shri Prakash Shetty, Managing Director, Gasutech Consultancy Marketing Services, will also be receiving their awards in the US in September 2024. So moving ahead, we will now move on to honor the services of our esteemed colleagues who have successfully completed 25 years of services in NIT Calicut. We request again our Honorable Director, sir, to present the awards to Dr. Professor Abdul Nasir, Computer Science and Engineering Department. Sorry, my bad. Professor Abdul Nazir, Professor, Department of Architecture and Planning. It's Professor Nasir M.A., Professor at Department of Architecture and Planning. My sincere apologies, Nasir sir. Dr. Professor Preeta P., Professor, Electrical Engineering Department. Shri Satyan P.K., Technical Assistant. Thank you, ma'am. Shri Nanda Kumar K, Senior Technical Assistant. Shri JNVS, Technical Assistant. Shri Raju KP, Technical Assistant. Shri Unni Krishnan R. Now moving on to a new category of awards which the Institute has initiated from this year onwards to a new trend to foster culture of research and excellence. We have the awards in the category of Young Investigator Award and Institute Research and Development Award in Science to promote research and teaching and technology innovation in NITC. The culture is beginning and we hope to sustain it in future trend as well. So for the Union Bank of India Institute Research and Development Award, we request bank representatives, Ms. A.C. Usha, Regional Head Kozhikode, to join us on the stage. The award includes the cash prize of 1 lakh rupees. I request Honorable Director Sir and Usha Ma'am to present the award for Union Bank of India Institute Research and Development Award Lifetime Achievement, which is presented to our dear Professor Santosh G. Thambi, Civil Engineering Department. For continued contribution to research, consultancy, publication, Next. The Union Bank of India Institute Research Development Award, Mid-Career Award is presented to Dr. Kumaravel S., Electrical Engineering Department. The prize includes a certificate of merit and cash prize of rupees 50,000. And the final award in this category, Union Bank Institute Research Development Award, Early Career is conferred upon Dr. Noel Jacob Calicut, which includes a cash prize of rupees 50,000 and certificate of merit. As a token of our appreciation and continued support, I request our Honorable Director, Sir, to present Usha Ma'am with a memento. Moving to the significant award in this category in research and consultancy, the Bank of Baroda Young Investigator Award, which includes a cash prize of 1,25,000. I request the representative of Bank of Baroda, Shri B. Kannan, Regional Manager, Kozhikode, to join us on the stage. And to present the award with our Honorable Director, Sir. And the prize is for Dr. Basil Kuriachan, Department of Mechanical Engineering. The Institute also honors the valuable contribution of Professor Parmishan Patel, Department of Chemistry, for his significant achievement in the domain of chemistry and his selection as prestigious Fellow of Royal Society for Chemistry in 2024. May I request the guests to present the award. For the continued support to the institution, we would now request our Director, Sir, to present a memento to representative from Bank of Baroda, Professor Dr. Kannan. Shri Kannan. To foster better teaching, research, guiding at the institution, to build academic leaders, this year the institution has announced the Best Teacher Award category also in all the 3 positions, Professor, Associate Professor and Assistant Professor. So now the awards in that category. To present the awards, may I request the State Bank of India representative to join us on the stage, Shri Suresh Vakil, Deputy Director, Deputy Manager, SBI. Deputy General Manager, I stand corrected. Deputy General Manager, SBI. In the Professor category, the award is presented to Professor G. Unikrishnan, Department of Chemistry. The award includes cash prize of Rs 40,000 and certificate of merit. In the Associate Professor category, the award is presented to Dr. Sudhir AP, Mechanical Engineering Department, who will receive cash prize of Rs 30,000 with a certificate of merit. In the Assistant Professor category, the award is presented to Dr. Yogeshwar V. Navandar, Civil Engineering Department, who will be receiving a cash prize of Rs 30,000 and a certificate of merit. As a token of our appreciation, I request our Honorable Director, sir, to present Shri Vakil with a memento. Moving on to the final category of awards, the Proficiency Awards to the wards of NIT employees. This year, we have 3 very brilliant young children who will be receiving this award for their good performance in Class 10 board examination. Miss Yashaswini Avasthi, daughter of Dr. Ashish Avasthi from Arts Department. She has scored 96.4% in her 10th board examination. The award includes a memento, certificate, and rupees 2,000 as cash prize. In the same category, Ms. Aiza Nafisa Fawaz, daughter of Dr. Fatima Fasmin from the Chemical Engineering Department, who has scored 96.2%. We also have Ms. Shreya Nitin Kumar Bankar with 94.6% performance in her class 10 examination, who is daughter of Dr. Nitin D. Bankar, Mechanical Engineering Department. Memento, certificate, and cash prize of rupees 2,000. For the best performances in class 12th examinations, we have Mr. K. Mayur Swami, son of Dr. Rangaswamy Kodi from the Civil Engineering Department with 98% marks. He receives a memento, certificate, and 3,000 rupees as cash prize. His father is collecting the award on his behalf. May we have a round of applause from the proud parent. And in the same category, we have Mr. Muhammad Salil, son of Dr. Salil Ismail from the Mechanical Engineering Department, who scored 96.4%. And his father is collecting the award on his behalf. A round of applause for the proud parent and the equally proud child. Thank you. So, wish all the awardees and their parents a very warm congratulations and wish you the very best for all your future endeavors. As a token of our appreciation and to do the honors to the eminent guests and to pen a vote of thanks, I request our Dean IACR, Professor Ravi Verma, to extend his note of gratitude. Our guest of honor, Shri Ravi, will be receiving our memento as a token of our appreciation and gratitude.
Respected Director, our guest of honor, Sri Ravi Raghavan, Registrar, and Dr. Rajinikanth, dignitaries of the dais, invited guests, awardees, and persons honored today, my dear colleagues and dear students. I'm deeply honored to be part of this ceremony and taking this opportunity to do my duty of giving thank you to everyone involved. Going straight to my duty because of the time constraints, I would go to my duty straight away. First of all, first and foremost, I would like to thank our director, Professor Prasad Krishna, for the vision of having this Foundation Day functions, which started 2 years ago, and continuing giving us inspiration and the guidance to do this year after year. Thank you, sir, for all the support. Today's chief guest was Sri Chanchalapati Dasa, Senior Vice President, ISKCON, and Vice Chairman of Akshaya Patra Foundation. Sir has taken his time, very busy schedule, agreed to come and be the chief guest for this function, and has delivered his speech full of wisdom and thoughts. I would like to thank Sri Chanchalapati Dasa for this presence and blessings of this function. Our guest of honor is Sri Ravi Raghavan, one of our distinguished alumnus, and he has been coming and visiting us and giving us lectures many times, and thank you very much, sir, for agreeing to be the guest of honor and giving us your thoughts. Then I would like to thank Registrar Sri Samasundara, Dr. Commander Samasundara, for all the blessings, help, and support for carrying out this task, and thank you very much for all your support. Then, before I go into thanking all the honors and this, people present here, I would like to thank many distinguished personalities behind the scene who actually worked in helping us shortlist the candidates and give the awards and other honors. And our retired employees, retired several years ago, 85 plus, they have agreed to come here, and I thank each and every one of you who have taken the time and pain to travel over here and receive in person. And for those who didn't receive in person also, I thank you very much for all your service and the presence and blessings of today's function. Then, distinguished alumni, they studied here, they carried our torch forward, and they have established their significance in this society, became the leaders in their respective fields. And today we got a chance to honor our past students, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to honor you, and you carried the name of the NIT world over. Thank you for coming here and accepting our award. The NITCA is the Alumni Association of NIT Calicut, formerly REC Calicut Alumni Association, and it has in the recent time became an umbrella organization to bring together all the alumni world over and then coordinate the efforts to giving back to their alma mater, that is NIT Calicut. So today we honored past presidents of NITCA / RECA from the transition period. Thank you for all your contribution. Your contributions have been voluntary and it has helped NIT Calicut realize many goals and helping to coordinate the efforts and giving back to alma mater, that is invaluable. So thank you very much for accepting our honor and being here. We have honored our faculty members in research and teaching in various aspects, and the people worked behind the scenes, the dean's officers, senior faculty members, selection committee members, everybody. I would like to thank all the awardees for being here and accepting our awards, and also everyone, each one of the persons worked behind, including the experts from within the institute and outside the institute. Thank you very much. Now, there are so many people worked behind the scenes. You just see the coordinators here and the announcers, but there are so many people from faculty members, non-teaching staff. They have, and the Skylight organizers. We are going to see the department display called Skylight event. So all the head of the departments and the coordinators of the Skylight stalls and people worked behind that, and the students worked behind that, student volunteers. So it's a big team effort. And I would like to thank all of them who worked very hard behind the scenes. And not the last. I would like to thank everybody present here to make this function a memorable one. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Now, at the close of the formal inaugural function, I request you all to rise for the national anthem. Thank you for your wholehearted participation. We will now move to the official venue for the lunch in the South Campus Academic Building. There is an evening cultural event here in the auditorium. I request your presence and company